I don't know. I just, I'm a mess.
You're not a mess.
I am.
I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. The tribal chief is head and shoulders above everybody.
Hey, this is the Turnbuckle King here. Toxic Ring Scandal, aka KDH. Got another good one for you guys today. We are going to break down Nikki Bella's history. And we're going to talk about why Nikki Bella should never got married to Artem. Why Nikki Bella can't keep a relationship. Let's tune in. Let's get here while we at the locker room. Get the like smash in the locker room. And of course, we're going to unveil some dirty laundry with Nikki Bella's history as far as that goes. Now, we're going to talk about each relationship first and talk about, how long they dated, etc., and talk about maybe why or exactly why they broke up. Let's go to Exhibit A. Exhibit A is Dolph Ziggler. Now, Nikki Bella, she dated him early on in their career. This was for the Championship Wrestling. In early 2008, I believe they dated. So it says sources say 2008 to 2010 or 2011. But these two dated for a while. I think Nikki at the time, I believe she was about maybe mid-20s. Dolph Ziggler maybe close to late 20s. But they dated for a while. And this was the relationship she had before dating John Cena. But we don't know what happened. Why this relationship didn't work out. Well, it says here that it's rumors that Dolph Ziggler probably cheated on Nikki. Now, Nikki Bella talks about this on a book she shares with her sister called Incomparable. And it says right here that Nikki Bella talks about Debbie Rivera cheating on her with one of her closest friends. So it says here around that, it says that, this is how she explained talking about Dolph Ziggler. But let's talk about how she first got with Dolph. And she said that she discussed a relationship with a star, saying that obviously that they was talking about Dolph Ziggler. She called him Brad. She didn't want to say his name. Say he was loud, hilarious, and loved attention. After matches, they would all end up at the hotel bar. He was always there to make everyone laugh with a smart joke with every occasion. Says here too that he would look at her a certain way, tease her, and she says she knew Brad knew how to hook a girl in, then mind, her, get her mentally. And then she said they started sleeping together, though that did not deter him from openly and aggressively flirting with other girls. And it says later on that while she loved having relations with him, but it only complicated which only complicated matters. Said they had great chemistry in the bedroom. He would still make her laugh, but he was a little cruel. She said he thought about very little protecting her feelings. She said he thrived on a gray area, that middle ground. And she said when she constantly left questioning the boundaries of their relationship of what the hell are we? And then she said she said they sell sort of adult relationship for a year. She said she saw messages on a restless MySpace account for another woman. And then she sent a message with one of her closest friends, a girl who came to San Diego to see her family with me 2 nights before she apparently banged my man for the first time. And I quote, who knows who that woman is, and who knows, we may even cover another video on that topic alone. But other than that, that was the end of her relationship with Dolph Ziggler. Done. Then we get to her next relationship. We know her most famous one, John Cena. Now, she dated John Cena. I talked about this relationship. It was 2012 to 2018. They were engaged when he proposed to her at WrestleMania 33, if you remember that. Now, with John Cena, on the show, Total Divas and Total Bellas, John Cena had rules, and he was, he had just got out of divorce. He's got a divorce. He had a marriage and a divorce. I think it was in 2012, the same year he actually finalized his divorce to his high school sweetheart. Now with Cena and Nikki Bella really wants to get married, had children. John Cena, however, didn't, and he never hid that from Nikki Bella. He always kept it 100 with her. Always was honest about that. from the beginning. You know, they lived together, they dated each other for quite some time, but you know, since they both wanted two different things, they couldn't come to a middle, even though they were engaged, and it ended up breaking up. So next thing you know, it's the pretty much the deal breaker between Nikki want to get married, John don't, and it ended up with them being done. Now let's get to Artem. Now you know Artem, her estranged husband, soon to be ex-husband. Now you know she met him doing Dance with the Stars back in 2017 while still dating John Cena, or probably was engaged at that point. But anyway, she dated him in 2019, married 2022 in France, and technically married by states in 2023, and divorce was filed September 2024. So we know the story with Artem and Nikki. I've broken that down so many times. We know they had the DV situation where Nikki threw shoes at him and Artem got physical with her. Even though Artem called the cops and tried to, as soon as they came, he didn't want that to happen. Didn't want them to come in. He still got arrested, and we know that that is a deal breaker, of course. So that ended up leading these two also being done. That's what led to those two. But the thing about it is, I think the reason that Nikki Bella herself, why Nikki can't, really keep a relationship, I think it's just past trauma. And we're going to talk about the past trauma here on the locker room. Let's talk about the past trauma. She talks about it. But first, we got some, not just past trauma, we'll talk about the first portion, and this is her first marriage. Before Dolph Ziggler anybody, she was married for 3 years, she says on here on the show, told Bellas or Divas. She hid for family and John Cena for her first marriage from age 20 to 23. And she said this on this show, and her family was not pleased with this result. Let's see what they had to say about that.
I got married when I was 20 and got divorced at 23.
You did not.
To my high school sweetheart. Basically got married by Elvis. We drove to Vegas, did it. And even when I started to walk down the aisle, I knew this is a huge mistake. How can I get out of it? And I couldn't. And I tried to forget about it, and now it's starting to come up. And I figured you guys had to hear from me before you hear from anyone else.
With our relationship, I can't imagine that you didn't think you could come to me.
I don't know if it was because I was ashamed or...
You were married for 2 years?
Almost 3.
Oh, well.
It's crazy because John doesn't even know, and here we talk about marriage, and I never bring
John's
it up.
gonna be pissed. I mean, I'd be pissed for him if you hadn't told him.
Why no? That's what I'm
Because
afraid of.
you talk about marriage all the time with him. I mean, don't expect it to be easy.
These things happen, man, and you just gotta be there
But
for them.
they really don't just happen. No, they don't.
Yeah, well,
You don't just run off and get married and not tell your family for 10 years. That doesn't just happen.
It's out now. It just needs to be forgotten, and we all move
I don't know.
forward.
I just don't you really want to be a part of it. Like, you do what you gotta do. And I hope you figure it all out with John.
Maybe I should head out because I'm freaking out. My brother's gonna get that upset. How's John gonna feel? I'm speechless right now. He's obviously upset. It's okay. Sorry for lying.
So yeah, that is Nikki Bella telling the story to her family about being previously married. As you can see, her brother was not pleased. And of course, they said John seems going to be upset. Now, that is one issue that she has. And, this is some more issues as well, but that was definitely the first strike one. That's exhibit A of that. But also, we could tell that Nikki Bella also has anger issues. Another problem that she has. And remember on the show Total Bella, she put her hands on John Cena. Even though they was playing a drinking game and Nikki Bella was winning, then John Cena was down and he came back and he ended up beating Nikki. Nikki didn't like that, the result of that. So she showed her frustration of how she wants to congratulate John on winning the drinking game, if you guys remember.
Table. Yeah?
Nope. This isn't fun.
Oh.
So that's exhibit B. She has anger issues. Nikki poured a drink on John Cena. He never laid a hand on her, never got rowdy with her, never provoked her of any kind. So that was no good either. So that's another problem I see with Nikki Bella, hiding stuff from her family. And John, the guy you want to marry, then you put your hands on people. That is a no-no. And then another issue I know Nikki Bella has had as well. She hid from Artem that she was being, violated twice. And she said this on her show, Total Bellas. If you guys remember that, she mentioned that too. She put this actually in the book that I mentioned earlier, if you guys remember, Incomparable. Same book that she talked about Dolph Ziggler cheating on her. Now she's going to talk about to Artem of what she put in there about, her past. If you guys remember what she said to Artem, and he just was pretty much didn't have much to say.
Evo, it's making me crash all of a sudden. Just so much media and with everything with the book. You and I never really talked about stuff in my book.
Nope.
Have you seen any headlines or anything?
Kind of, I guess. I mean, the only thing I know about the book is the situation with your mom, with your dad, and with your ex.
So I never talked to you about
About?
the tapes that happened to me when I was younger. Why did I feel like we talked about it?
Nope, you didn't.
Well, do you want to talk about it right now?
It's really up to you.
I don't want to sit and talk to Artem about what's happened to me in my past. I don't want to talk to him about my childhood. Honestly, I'd rather him just read the book and feel how he feels and let's just move forward. But that's not real life. So I know I have to sit and be uncomfortable and I have to look in his eyes. It's going to be really difficult, but it's needed. So how I lost my virginity is I got drunk at a party, passed out on the floor, and a friend just took my virginity away from me. I was 15, and I never went to my mom. My parents had just gotten divorced, so it was really tough. And then the other one, I was 17. Put myself in a bad situation, but it still wasn't my fault. That's taken a lot of therapy to learn. Myself, another girl, and 2 guys. Did not know the guys. They were a lot older, and then just pretty much was drugged, but it was pretty violent.
Sorry. It's hard. And I don't really know how to deal with a situation like that. I don't know what is right to say. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. The only thing that I can say is that I will always be there no matter what it is. So regardless, it's not going to change my mind or the way I feel or anything about us whatsoever.
I held it in for...
So that's Exhibit C. She had past trauma, like I said before, real past dark trauma, and she hid from Artem, her husband, soon to be ex-husband, of how she was violated twice. She told him how he feel. Did you ever say how he feel, how he gonna feel, and just read the book? That should have been mentioned to him prior, because it could not just only ruin her image, but ruin his. So I thought that was not a good look on Nikki Bella on that end. That should have been discussed before it started putting the book, because he wants to know these things, especially if you're gonna, since at the time before you married this man and had his child. That right there was no good. I was not a fan of that. That was totally out of line. So, as Exhibit C, as you can see, guys, there are so many factors of Nikki Bella, of her past, and it shows that Nikki Bella is just reason why she was never fit for marriage, because she never fixed the basics. Is just take care of basic issues, find the root of your problems, getting therapy, getting help, and then being the best version of yourself that you can be, because she just was not ready. Mentally, she wasn't ready. And as you can see, that since she wasn't fit for marriage, it shows that the common denominator in this whole situation, and there's only one common denominator in all these relationships failing, it is clearly Nikki Bella. I mean, we've seen this. I highlight 3 relationships: Dolph Ziggler, John Cena, and Artem. And all these relationships have ended. Not just once, not just twice, but 3 times. So it shows that Nikki Bella has problems. It shows that, now that she's going through this divorce with Artem, it shows that Nikki, she should be alone for a while, work on herself, and have no relationships. And not just for herself, but for her son, Matteo, however you pronounce his name. But this is no good, and those are reasons why that Nikki Bella should never got married to Artem in the first place. And it showed that she had issues in all her 3 relationships. It doesn't matter how it ended. I just know that she's not either one of these 3 men as of right now. And that's all I have regarding why Nikki Bella should never got married to Artem, why Nikki Bella can't keep a relationship. You guys let me know in the comment section below if you think that Nikki Bella has issues in relationships, or maybe she picks bad men, or maybe all the men were just somehow bad to her, because I know you guys like to think Nikki Bella's a victim and everything, even though she's not, but I would like to hear it anyway. Soon to videos will pop up. You guys click the videos in the link below. Greatly appreciated. And until then, you guys already know what it is. It is O, U, and T.
Me and Chris Benoit basically all started together, pretty much. You started a little bit earlier.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
But they pushed me to the moon, and they held you guys back. And we all started at the same time. We were wrestling each other. We were getting each other over, putting each other over. And I thought we were all going to kind of come up together. And it was like, you guys stayed behind. And it was like, what's going on?
Well, I mean, we definitely had to work harder, because you already said it, Kurt. You already know the answer is that you were a WWE guy.